As the weather gets nicer, it is finally starting to feel like summer. To prepare your book bag for the beach this season, I want to bring in Indigo CEO Heather Reisman. Heather, good morning. So glad you could be with us.
Good morning. I love coming to this
We
show.
love doing this segment. So let's start this year with your fiction picks. We're all looking for that good beach or cottage read. What have you got for us?
Fantastic. So I want to start off with the book that I have made my pick for my book club, which I just launched across Canada. The book is called A Nearly Normal Family. And I want to tell you how much I love this book, that I actually called the publisher and have had them move up the pub date because I wanted people to have it for their summer read. That's how much I love this book.
That's how much you
and
love
they
it.
did it.
What makes it
really
so compelling?
Simple, really simple. Nearly normal family, 3 main characters. Father's a minister, mother's a lawyer, 18-year-old teenagers, somewhat difficult as teenagers are. And the dad gets a call one morning to say his daughter is being arrested for the murder of a 33-year-old man in the town. And the question is, how far would you go as parents to keep your daughter from being in jail for the rest of her life? That's the story. You will start this, you will not put it down. You will read it in one setting.
Sold.
Okay.
All right, the next one.
Next. And the next book is a book I read this year. It's called Becoming Mrs. Lewis. And this is the book I didn't want it to end. I finished it 6 months ago. I'm still thinking about it every day. And I'll quickly tell you about this. So Becoming Mrs. Lewis is the story of Joy Davidman, who's a very well-known poet in the 40s and 50s, and her relationship with C.S. Lewis, the C.S. Lewis of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. This is a slightly novelized version in the same genre as Loving Frank or Paris Wife were. And this is a story of a woman in the 40s and 50s when women were meant to be housewives. And she is a poet, a beautiful poet. And she first marries a man who's a writer, dashing, wonderful, turns out to be a horrible alcoholic and makes life miserable. And she's pulled between feeling she has to be a good wife and wanting to write. And through a circumstance I won't explain, she ends up in a correspondence with C.S. Lewis, the great C.S. Lewis. She eventually meets him. She goes over to Oxford. She hangs out with him and Tolkien at the bar. And this is how their story unfolds. I can only tell you, she ends up married to him.
Okay,
Becoming Mrs. Lewis.
Okay.
No, I know we have to go fast. No Friend But the Mountain. I just want to tell you.
This is nonfiction now.
This is nonfiction. This is nonfiction. If you feel as I do about the immigrant crisis all over the world, this is the story of one man, a Kurdish Iranian, who ended up on a small island called Manus, just off Australia. He was detained there. He's been captive for, I think, 11 years. He typed out his story on an iPhone, one letter at a time. This is so moving, so beautiful, so beautifully written, and it's No Friend But the Mountain. Please, everybody, read this book. It's just incredible. Okay, finally, I just want to say quickly about Aria. Aria is written by the wonderful Canadian, I want to pronounce her name, Nazneen Hoser. I just want to tell you, this is another Iranian story set at the time of the revolution. A beautiful Canadian writer. And let me just tell you about this story, which I loved. Only once in a rare moment does Margaret Atwood actually tweet out about a book. Margaret Atwood tweeted out this book. Now, I'm proud to say I made it a pick before, but I know I don't have a lot of time. Beautiful, beautiful writing, unbelievable. It's called Aria. Okay, one cookbook.
Lifestyle book.
One cookbook. Now, you'll say, why am I, a proud Canadian, saying this book, I love California? Can I just tell you, this cookbook has the most delicious summer outdoor recipes. I don't cook, but I eat and I entertain a lot. But we in my house have made so many recipes from this book that I said I have to share it.
I just love the cover.
Honestly, it's good, fresh, clean, in the style of Alice Waters, but completely updated. Now, I can't say he's Alice Waters, but it is that kind of cooking, and I love it. Like, it's so good, so good.
Plus, I would just
kids.
Nice to have the book around.
It's beautiful. I love California. Okay, this book, I just have to tell you, if anybody has a child, say something. It's about having your own voice, and I just have to read two pages. The world needs your voice. Go ahead. It doesn't need to be perfect, as long as it's from your heart. You don't have to be loud. Powerful words whisper. Okay, my favorite page. If you see someone lonely, say something by just being there for them. Okay, that's say something. So beautiful, fabulous. Okay, quickly. Any kid that is going to be slightly distracted in the summer, but you know you want to get them to read and have fun, from the Weird But True series. This is all weird and true things about our great land,
That's
Canada.
great.
Fabulous. Okay, what can I tell you? If you've got a 8, 9, 10, even 11-year-old, Diary of the Awesome Friendly Kid from the Diary of the Wimpy Kid series. I read these to my grandchildren, even though they can read, because I still laugh every time and I get involved in the characters. And then finally, this is my pick for strong readers from, let's say, 12 on, because it does have some bit of grown-up storytelling. But this book, Children of Blood and Bone, okay, Children of Blood and Bone. Just know if you're listening to me and you have a good reader starting from 12, this is a teen read. This is even a book that you can read, like a mom or a dad can read, and their teenager can read it, and it will provoke so many discussions. Morals, decisions, family. I loved this.
That's what a good book does.
Okay.
Heather, this is fantastic stuff.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Happy reading.
Happy summer.
Wonderful.
Love it.